It's gonna be
Go.
really awkward, like talking to you. Hey, it started.
Don't. That was really stupid.
All right.
That was really quiet. We're cutting that out, by the way.
Okay.
Alright.
It's ghetto vanilla couch getting to me. Okay. Okay. Compose yourself.
Compose yourself. You're making me laugh.
We need to keep this in.
It's funny because we had really serious topics all lined up.
I think we're just getting it out after that timed essay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Should we clap again?
No, let's
right.
just go.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to the Purple Podcast, fifth episode.
Fifth episode.
Yeah.
Fifth episode.
Of season 2.
So we'll start over here. Say I'm Tianna.
Hi, I'm Tianna.
I'm Logan.
Say I'm Logan. And I'm Ashton.
And I'm Dane.
Quick side note, Dane. This is the first one Dane is on, so everybody, big welcome to Dane. Hi, Dane.
Hello.
Hi, Dane. He's one of the new members of the podcast as of this year. So we're welcoming him, and he's gonna stick around for the rest of the year, hopefully, right?
Yep.
Yep. All right.
And on the other side of Ghetto Vanilla Couch is Tianna, editor-in-chief of the newspaper.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. How's that been, by the way, so far?
Boring.
Boring.
I haven't read anybody's stories because they were only due on Tuesday.
Gotcha.
But I've been writing my own story on the taste
Cool.
of basalt.
Taste of Basalt.
Yeah.
Do you mind giving us a little blurb of what that's about, so that they can see what to look forward to in the paper?
Sure. Okay. So the Taste of Basalt. This is their 20th annual event, and last year they raised about $100,000, and it was distributed fairly evenly throughout all 3 schools. It goes to like outdoor education, arts, sciences, math programs. They also had one for like world student organizations at the high school, and I have no idea what they're talking about because I've never heard of one of those.
Student
Yeah,
organizations.
they had one for like the Model UN, which we
Oh.
don't have,
We did.
but we didn't last year.
No, we didn't.
No, so I don't know what
I
they were
think we-
talking about on that one.
Didn't we do? No, we did World Affairs last year.
Yeah,
Miss
yeah,
Petty's class.
yeah. Which is
Okay.
similar.
It's very similar.
But it's a pretty fun event. You have to be 21 and older because there's wine and beer and cocktail tasting there.
So basically none of our audience.
Well, I
No.
mean, Mr. Howard watches it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Mr. Howard, you're gonna have lots of fun.
But we can buy things on the online auction or the silent auction online. People from all over the world can buy things.
Oh wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no. Another thing we were going to talk about, I'm going to make this awkward segue.
Go.
We're going to talk about the scheduling, right?
Yes.
You wanted to talk about that or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, I guess the administrators are really interested in what students have to say about the schedule. And Miss Cabe, our journalism teacher, has no idea why we're doing it. So, or
Interesting.
why our schedule is the way it is. So she.
I am kind of in that boat.
Yeah. Same.
We actually, before the podcast, Logan and I got in this really heated discussion about it. So,
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
trying to keep it calm.
But I mean, I guess we can start off. What do you think about it? Like, we could just go around.
So,
and, like,
I think
opinions.
I really like the block schedule and the period schedule, just because classes like PE and art and stuff like that, and then even like AP classes too, you really need like extra time to spend in one sitting, to like spend on, practicing problems and it's a lot easier to keep stuff in your brain when you don't have to spread it across multiple classes. That's my
Okay, so I'm gonna follow that up. I'm gonna follow this up. Do you like the hybrid schedule?
Yeah,
Because
man.
I like the block schedule too. I like it if it was just straight blocks.
But the hybrid is when you have both.
But the hybrid is when you
Okay.
have 3 skinnies in the morning or in the afternoon. Wait, Dane, do you have the
Yeah.
schedule?
Yeah, it's 3
Yeah.
skinnies in either the morning or the afternoon, depending on whether you have band or not. And then 2 blocks in the afternoon.
Okay. So basically, you can only
But that's
take.
only for underclassmen,
you can only take 7
right?
classes.
For the most
as a
part.
junior, I had 1 skinny,
Okay.
and it
Right.
had the same effect. That I could
Okay.
only take 7 classes, and I had
Okay.
awkward 35 minutes between my
Okay.
second to last block, or second to last
Mhm.
block and the last block.
So it really works for
Right.
some kids and not others.
I mean,
depending
it
on
works
what
for
class
freshmen.
is. Yeah.
I mean, theoretically,
Yeah.
you guys get more time to do math.
Definitely. It allows us to get more of the vital stuff going every day.
Yeah,
And then,
more
like, the stuff
English.
we'd rather do sort of
Yeah.
cycle through.
Gotcha. So
Okay.
it's more similar to the middle school schedule.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's a weird mix between the middle school and then 2
Well,
blocks.
Both of you guys have not gone to our middle schools.
No.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to explain it. It's been a long time, obviously. I'm a senior,
Yeah.
and it's been a long time since I've been
Just
in the
drop
middle
that
school.
bomb.
Right.
Just, but in middle school, the specials rotated, so the not
Yeah.
as serious stuff rotated, and then you had almost every class every day.
Right.
You had 6. You only had 6 though,
Yeah, it's 6 classes, the specials, and then advisory.
in an advisory,
Which
is
is
study
that like
hall.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which
it's
is,
like
is
crew.
it kind of like our crew?
It's like
Okay.
crew
it's like-
now.
it's
Is
like
it about the same length?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's weird. But I guess that's similar. Which I don't really like that change. I'm going to
No.
be vocal about that. I don't like it because I feel like it's a step backwards.
Having crew?
No,
Oh.
not having crew. Well, I have an opinion on that too. But that's a
Yeah.
different story. The whole hybrid schedule.
Okay.
I think it makes scheduling difficult.
Yeah.
Because I know teachers that teach both skinnies and blocks, that could mess up their schedule. I'm not sure if it actually does in any cases.
Well, just signing up for classes,
That
it
too.
can be really hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, because last year, right, I had to take English, and I didn't really want to do AP English because I wasn't prepared. So I had to do English 3, but that was skinny.
Okay.
So it completely.
Yeah.
I could only take 7 classes, right?
Mhm.
Which is not a bad thing, but I can only take 7 classes, and I lost credit hours
Yeah.
or whatever. So, because I think the skinnies are only worth right around as much as a regular class, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, but
It adds up. There's math.
there's math involved.
An
We have a
algorithm.
whiteboard for that, just in case we need math. No, but regardless, I have a negative opinion on
Mhm.
the hybrid schedule, but that's just me.
It's like, what if they had it all underclassmen had like all skinnies, and then all upperclassmen had all blocks?
That's
So
kind
then
of
then there would be no advancement,
Yeah.
right?
that's kind of what it is now almost.
Well,
It's
yeah, but
it's
like
close
if
to
you
that.
didn't
I mean,
have the option to have a hybrid schedule.
right.
yeah, hybrid schedules.
But then
are
they'd
kind
only
of
be able to take
Yeah.
6
Yeah.
classes instead of
That's
7, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those weird like all or nothing, but it has to
Yeah.
be all or nothing. And the argument that I got into with Logan was I was arguing that we should have every class every day.
I don't think so.
And he doesn't think so.
Like an all
And we're not
block?
going to go over that. That's just my opinion, and we agreed to disagree on it. But I also would prefer a block schedule. If they gave us an option again, I'd totally go all block.
Yeah.
But I'm not here next year, so kind of.
That's been my like attitude towards everything this year. Just like, oh, cool, that's coming next year. Well, whatever.
Oh, so like during homecoming, we were at the movie night, and I
Yeah.
like leaned over to Logan, and I'd be like, "No, it'd be cool if we did Back to the Future this year, right, or next year or whatever." It would have been convenient because in 7 days,
Yeah,
in
next-
about a week,
Yeah.
Marty goes to the future.
Yeah, so-
and Back to the Future.
Okay.
The future, the date that they show up is October like 21st, 2015.
No, it's
or
October
something.
15th.
15th?
Pretty sure.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Wasn't paying attention that closely, but
the,
that would have been
the world's
awesome.
all different in
Yeah.
jazz, but yeah.
People wear
It would have been
jeans
cool because
backwards.
we could have done like time eras for
Yeah.
the theme
It would have been
days.
so fun.
And then the dance would have been, we could have gotten a band in for the dance like they did it during Back to the Future. Could have done whatever. It would have been amazing.
Yeah.
But then
That would've
I
been so much
then I
fun
kind of
with
sat
that.
down and realized, I was like, oh, we're not here next year. Really doesn't matter.
It wouldn't have been very viable.
I mean,
next
it would
year
be.
either,
It would have
though.
been cool for. Yeah, it's not going to be viable
Yeah.
next year. It's like it would have been cool, but
What about Hot Tub Time Machine? Do they go forward or backwards?
I think go backwards.
I think
Okay,
that's an
that would
R-rated
work.
movie, and we
I
don't.
also think that is an R-rated movie.
I've never seen it. I just.
We don't
know.
advocate
Okay.
underaged watching.
Drinking what? Well, watching.
Watching.
Underage watching.
Watching.
Look straight at the camera. Just like, don't watch and drive.
Don't watch and drive. Just a guy with like a mini TV on his like passenger seat, like.
Don't watch and drive. Except really, don't watch and drive. That's a terrible.
Yeah, that's
idea
a
in
big
general.
mistake. Although if you're in the back seat, that's okay.
That's not driving though.
Yeah.
On large road trips, I don't know if I told you guys this, but on large road trips,
Having
my
struggling to continue.
we used to take road trips from California to Arizona because that's where we used to live,
Mhm.
and we had a lot of friends down there. But so probably like once, maybe twice a year, we would do this like 13-hour drive. We had this little box TV, like the smallest you could possibly get box TVs, and we put down one chair in our minivan in the back seat, strapped in the TV, and hooked up our PS2 and played video games for 13 hours straight going down to Arizona. It was the best thing ever.
That works.
Yeah.
That's
Works
awesome.
nicely.
I don't think I could sit down for
13
for
hours.
13 whole. Oh, actually, I do that occasionally.
We
We drive to Kansas
Yeah.
through, like, if you're going to the center of Kansas, where that's where my family is. If you're going to Kansas, you have to drive all the way over. You drive all the way over almost to Topeka,
Oh,
and then you
okay.
drive south to
Yeah.
Wichita, which I guess it's not almost to Topeka, but you drive south,
Okay.
and it's like
Which
it's like 12
Wichita?
hours. Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita.
It's actually the air capital of the world.
Yeah.
Like
No wonder you like
self-proclaimed
airplanes.
air capital of the world. No, it's actually really cool. They've gotten visits from the Concorde and the Dreamliner when it was doing its tour and stuff. It's a really big deal.
Yeah.
And Cessna and Boeing both have production plants there.
Wow.
That's where the you guys heard about the train crash that derailed. I think it was last
Yeah.
year, and it like dropped a whole bunch of fuselages
No.
into the
Mhm.
river.
Really?
Yeah,
It was
yeah. There was a
terrible.
train holding like 737 fuselages, right?
Okay.
And it was, it was going, and then it somehow derailed. I forget how.
Is there
but
like a
the
landslide or
fuselages,
something?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But the fuselages came unhooked and tumbled into the river, and so somebody got a picture. I saw this on Reddit. Somebody had a picture of like the fuselages like in the river as they were rafting down, and so they were like between the fuselages trying to get through.
That's
Like,
crazy.
they just had this derailed train. And they were like, they just want to swim. That's the caption.
That's awesome.
It's pretty funny, but and it's the even scarier part is they're actually going to use those fuselages in airplanes. Like they're checking them to make sure they're okay, but they're going to use them.
I feel like water.
So, if you're gonna fly, check when the plane was made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure it
Yeah.
wasn't in
Like-
that period.
Just like
Yeah.
knock on the captain's door. Let me in. I want to know when this was built.
What's the, like, you climb out to the front, what's the VIN looking in the cockpit window? It's like, no.
Knocking on the window, guys. And that's how you get arrested.
And that's how you get arrested. I love talking about this story. It's like that's how you get arrested. No, I found that interesting. How did we segue to here again?
I don't know.
I don't even know.
We were talking about Wichita. Oh yeah, because of my
'Cause
road
his
trips.
drive,
Yeah.
road trips. Got it. All right.
Watching and driving.
Yeah.
Don't watch and drive. We had TVs in our so it's similar to that, but
Yeah,
we had
that's what we were
yeah
all talking about.
we were talking about this a
in the
while back,
hotel.
but I had TVs in the back of our truck, my dad's truck at one point, and they were like, they were kind
the
of
bed of the
crappy.
truck?
No,
Okay.
in the bed of the
Well,
truck.
I was
We were
like-
like turned around and we were like, whoa.
Well, I know,
Or
but I
even
thought
better,
maybe you
like, just
wrote
in the
back
back,
there.
just-
No, in the back of the driver and passenger seat cushion, like the head cushion things. What
Okay.
are those called?
Headrests.
Headrests? Yeah, they were in the headrests. But we had the little Pac-Man consoles, the like mini consoles that we packed.
Probably
And
messed
so we
with the person's brain activity sitting in the front.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
If I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah.
like,
Radiation
turn
from the
left.
TV.
Ah!
Ah!
Radiation from the TV now. But we would play video games on long trips to like Lake Powell and stuff, which those are not very long trips. But
Yeah.
they're still trips.
Yeah.
We had 18-hour drives from Washington out here.
For-
You
oh,
guys
yeah.
don't know nothing.
Hey, I've driven that stretch. I've driven that stretch.
I
That was
drove from California to Florida.
We drove from Washington to Minnesota, and that's a 24-hour drive.
Let's
Ours
see how
was
far
3
we
days.
can drive,
Wow.
guys.
But did you do it in one straight
Yes.
shot?
The,
No,
okay.
that
Well,
sucks.
I mean, you can't really do it in one day if it's more than
No,
one
like
day.
a straight shot without stopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. We stopped for like 2 hours at a gas station, and it was really sketchy because there was like a drug deal going down. It was really
It's a little
sketchy.
scary.
I've seen a couple of those happen in Glenwood, where I'm like, they're either two ladies in trench coats standing next to the gas station, like talking to people through their windows. I'm like,
Here's the
that's
lipstick.
legit. Or there's like two people parked on a back road, and then as you get closer, they like pull away and drive away.
Oh,
it's
God.
like
It's a
the
little scary.
scariest thing. No, did you drive from Washington to here in one straight shot?
Yeah.
That's such a bad idea.
Well, I mean,
When we
we
did it,
stopped
we
to get
did
gas,
two.
but that's
Well,
it.
yeah, yeah. We did it in two when we visited this
Actually,
last
no.
summer.
How long of a drive is it from Washington to Jackson Hole, Wyoming?
It's probably
I don't
It's
know,
kind
it's
of
from
it's
straight up.
probably
here,
a
huh?
little less, but
Okay,
it's
yeah.
not.
But
too
no,
much.
you have all the mountain passes.
Do the calculations. Oh, perfect.
That's
Okay.
kind of.
It's about that far.
It's about that far. Let's show the
That's
camera.
like
It's
over
about
in
that far.
Minnesota.
It's about that
like,
far.
No,
That is
you
a
are,
huge
You're
Florida.
like-
Look at this Florida.
No, you're like in Lake Michigan.
Yeah,
at the
okay, hang
end.
on.
Yeah, what?
Hang on.
No,
Yeah,
you're
that's-
like half that distance.
That's like New York almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you gotta go like.
You gotta fix that.
No, now you're like in Montana. You gotta go over a little bit more.
Wow, you've also annexed Texas in that picture.
Oh, yeah. What happened to Texas?
Yeah, that's Texas. No.
Oh.
Okay, well, we're talking about
Okay.
something that the viewers can't see. Well, it's hard to see
Texas.
through the camera, but I'll zoom
Zoom
in
in,
on.
yeah.
I'll zoom in on that.
We'll have editor
Um,
Ashton zoom in.
Yeah,
That's what I was
but-
saying before we started the podcast. It's gonna be really weird talking about you editing while you're sitting here. Like,
Yeah,
put
'cause-
that in, Ashton.
Just the flow.
Put that in, Ashton. Like, I should just be like, if I want to put something, just be like, Ashton. Hey, talk about
Hey,
myself
me.
in third person, but in first
Yeah.
person. First, third person. And Mr. Howard's gone.
There goes Mr. Howard.
First, third person. That's a thing now. Before last podcast, I wanted to talk about the Roaring Fork School District bond thing.
Oh
yes.
yeah.
Another really weird topic that might be a little too serious, but do you know how much they're wanting to spend?
Not even.
No.
A lot.
It's like
It's like
$120 million.
Yeah.
dollars.
But isn't
on
it because the one
schools.
school shut down, or it's a 4-day school, and so Glenwood High School
No.
got a lot more students, or is that a
Oh,
different bond
oh
issue?
yeah, no, I think that's
It is-
right.
okay, yeah.
So they got a whole bunch of new students.
How do
But
you have a
they're-
4-day school?
I think they're rebuilding the middle school, like
Okay.
in Glenwood.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Glenwood's getting all the attention.
Yeah.
They just got a brand new high school not too long ago. Now they're getting a brand new middle school.
They're
And
not
Aspen
drama
just
queens.
rips.
Yeah, they're like, we need more space, and then Aspen's not even in our district.
No, but they're
So-
dumb.
Don't
Elaborate,
Aspen.
elaborate.
Okay.
I want you to
Yes.
elaborate.
Okay.
That's-
So no, it's a different bond issue, but Aspen, you know how you have to live within the Aspen city limits to go to any of their schools?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so, but they have open enrollment up until October something. And so all these students that don't live in Aspen can get enrolled there and start there. And so then they send off to the state, we have this many students, and that's how much funding they get, like, per student. But then after October something, they're like, well, you're not in our district, and they kick them out. But they still get the money for those
What?
students.
That's fraud.
No, it's stupid. Like, they're getting all this money for students that they won't even let go to their school.
That's
They
ridiculous.
let them stay enrolled for like a month and a half.
How does that?
Wow.
How does that even?
I don't know.
Can you kick a kid out
So that's
of the
why we
school?
get a lot of kids
You can.
at the end of
But
September
you-
and
I-
October.
Just
I
suspends
don't think
them
you,
all at
actually,
once.
I don't think you can kick them out of the school like
Unless
that.
without like
If you
actual
admit them,
reason.
if you admit them and that you know that they're not in your district, you shouldn't be allowed to.
Well, they don't check
Right.
the addresses until October something.
That's
Oh.
dumb.
And so that's how it's that they've found a loophole. Yeah, so they
Wow.
get a lot more money that they shouldn't be getting.
Weird.
Like they need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, we have a flight simulator in our school.
But no baseball field.
It's kind of funny. Well, no, they have one. They have a baseball field. Yeah,
Where?
out back. It might not be high school size.
Maybe it's not high school size, but they
Yeah.
they use Crawford across from. It's like in Algebel where you go up for
Oh, they use
that field.
They
That's
use
their
the
home field.
Crawford's field.
Yeah,
Wait,
That
the one
literally
up-
doesn't make any sense because,
absolutely none.
well, no, go to Aspen High School. If you go to Aspen High School,
Well, we were just there this past weekend.
so if you go to the cross country meet, right,
Mhm.
that's happening this weekend, Saturday, which this won't be out in time for, but so you missed it by 2 days, or I think
No, this is the fifth one.
Yeah.
We still have like.
You
we're
haven't even-
releasing
Behind
the,
the scenes.
We're releasing those lump sum.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
We're releasing a lot of the podcasts together just because they've been delayed.
Binge watch.
No,
the
just-
Purple
just the
Podcast.
end.
Yeah, binge watch the Purple Podcast.
Just like we finish all season 2 and then they're just all on it.
We're
once.
basically putting on a marathon with 3 new episodes
Yeah.
back to back.
2, 3,
Regardless,
4, and 5.
regardless,
Anyways.
they have a baseball field, and that's where we start our cross country meet.
It's just probably smaller. Than
Yeah, it's probably like a little
Yeah,
league
that's what I would
size field.
guess.
It's
Because
yeah,
I
it makes
played
me
on
mad.
it when I was little.
Then
Their
Little
campus
League.
is really interesting how they have all 3 schools so close together.
Yeah.
I've never seen
Yeah.
another school district like that.
yeah, that's
Well,
cool
I mean,
though. It's
Basalt
cool.
used
I
to
don't
be
know.
like that until they built this school
Well, yeah.
in 2006. Something
Don't
like
ask
that.
me, I
2006
wasn't
and the
here.
heaters and broilers already break.
Let's not talk about it. They built it in like 4
Well,
months.
winter is coming.
Oh.
We need to talk about
Winter
it.
is coming.
I don't want. Yes.
Put the meme up.
Even though,
That was
wait, do
Hang
you
on,
watch
hang on.
Game of Thrones?
Scoot over, scoot over. All right, now edit him in like right here.
Have you? Does anybody actually watch Game of Thrones?
I read the books. I haven't watched them.
I don't.
I-
I don't watch them, so I can't make that mean reference.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I've
I've
seen a
meant to.
couple of
I've
the
seen
episodes.
episodes here
I saw
and
the
there.
episode when she eats the horse's heart
I've
and
seen the
kills
first
her
and
brother.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
that's
only part I've
that's the
seen.
only.
Spoiler
important-
alert.
Yeah.
That's first season. That's old news.
Yeah. Well, I guess it does go away. Regardless, the school was built like in 3 or 4 months. They just built it in 3 or 4 months. It
Okay.
took them that long to build, because they were like, "Oh yeah, we don't want to lose school time," so they built it in a summer, which it should really take much longer to build a building this size. It took almost
Yeah.
6 months to build my house.
And yet
It
it,
shouldn't
takes
take-
like road people
should
the
take
whole
much
winter
longer.
to fix
Yeah.
the whole
The whole
summer.
Summer, yeah, the whole
it
summer.
Takes them the whole summer to like repave a single road.
Yeah,
It's a
they
little
could build
ridiculous.
this.
A foot a day. Just their
No,
motto.
but because they built it so fast, we've had to have the roof replaced already. The heating and stuff like barely works.
No, they said we have 3 broilers and only 1 actually works.
Boilers.
Boilers, not broilers.
When
you're in the room, it's
When you're trying to broil things and you only got 1 broiler, you have no idea.
Come to Basalt High School. We have 3. Only 1 works though.
Yeah.
Regardless, yeah, 3 boilers and only 1 works.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm
Is
keeping
that
a
an
blanket at
energy
school.
saving?
No, they're just broken and they haven't fixed them.
I feel
It's
like
like-
conveniently the heat goes out in the winter and the
It
AC
turns
goes
back.
out on the in the summer.
I think we should do the
Convenient.
old-fashioned way where you put ice blocks and blow the fan across it. That AC works pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sure does
until
too.
you
A lot of ice.
Yeah,
though.
until you realize like
Yeah.
you have to go out and find that ice. And
Yeah, you have to
Right.
go cut it out of a frozen lake,
Yeah.
and you have to ship it all the way to the United States.
Hey, wait,
What?
guys.
Oh, that's the long time ago.
Guys,
Pretty
X
sure
that
we have
idea.
refrigerated.
What?
Go and remove
Go,
ice
go
from
remove
your
ice.
lake.
That'd be
Bunch of
the
ice
greatest
pickers out
exit
there.
ever.
just one guy like makes ice like in ice trays, just makes a ton of ice all winter. That's
Okay,
all he does.
I actually have to ask: have you seen videos of them, the old refrigerator cars before we had refrigeration, to move like produce on trains?
No.
No.
They have to fill it with ice, right?
That's
Solid ice.
sketchy.
And so there are videos of them, guys with these hooks. We have some in our house. These guys with this. It's basically a big.
They had the little scissor spike hook thing.
Yeah, they're
Right?
hooks.
Oh, yeah.
And then they
Oh,
grab
yeah.
onto them and they haul them onto the top of the train while the train's
Oh,
moving.
I've seen it.
Oh.
And then they slide the ice into the
Yeah.
cars with the produce, and it like melts and it cools down whatever's inside, right? But they do this all at speed. Or not, it's not at speed, but they do
They're
it all
driving.
moving. And you see guys just like throwing blocks of ice with these hooks and stuff. It's the coolest thing.
I feel like it'd be really sketchy if you just like opened up the doors after it's like a really hot day.
I'm pretty sure they had like drains and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that water would heat up.
Oh
and
god,
it would
yeah.
just destroy anything inside the
Yeah.
car.
It'll become a steamer at the end. You can keep all of your
Train pun,
vegetables.
sorry.
You can keep all of your vegetables cold, and then right before you get there, you steam them all.
Yeah,
and
you get
serve them.
steamed vegetables. That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. No, not a
No.
good
Bring it
idea.
back. Choo choo.
Choo-choo. But seriously, this school has a bunch of issues.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I don't know. It's nuts. The school used to leak. You guys were here last year, right?
Yeah.
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 Thanks,
yeah. I know
buddy.
you were here, and I know you were. I just forget if it leaked last year or the
I
year
don't think it
before.
was 'cause I don't remember hearing
I
Well,
know-
about it.
it might have been the year before, which you.
I was
were,
new.
You were new.
I was new sophomore
But
year.
the science wing, right now, it just leaked profusely when there was snow.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh, okay. Maybe they fixed it
Maybe it was
for
freshman year.
last year. Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe it was sophomore year, I think.
I don't remember. I don't remember it.
Whatever, but
Okay.
the school used to leak just so much water, and it would just come into the classroom, and we would have buckets. Yeah, and you'll see there, in I think it was Duff's room, some of the tiles had gotten so wet and so heavy that they started falling out. Like they started breaking and falling.
That's that makes sense now. Like I've been in those classrooms and I'm like, why are all the tiles like?
Yeah, they're all like droopy, or
Yeah.
they have these weird yellow rings. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's because we had so many leaks.
Holy
we just
cow.
haven't fixed the tiles yet.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Well, that's probably not good because.
They
like,
probably
what if
lose all
there's-
their fire resistant properties when they
Yeah.
get that wet.
But like,
Probably,
would
I mean-
mold grow in them?
Well, that's probably true too. Even though, what in this school would get moldy? Let's be completely
I don't know, but
honest.
like,
It's like
what's-
cinder block school.
No, but
basically
like
a
up in
prison.
the ducts and everything.
It is a
like, what if the
prison.
insulation
It's a
got
prison.
moldy?
The insulation. Does this school even have insulation?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I mean, it
not.
gets so freaking
It
like
gets so cold in here.
cold during the winter. I don't see how that could possibly
I
happen.
mean, I bet there's just enough concrete that they were like, insulation?
It's probably true.
There are also windows all over this school, which really doesn't help.
No.
Yeah.
Like the library in the winter sucks. It is cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Very
freaking
cold
freezing.
room.
Yeah. That reminds me, the roads are gonna suck this winter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm kind of scared because this is my first year driving, and I haven't driven on snowy ice.
It's a little scary.
Yeah.
It's a little scary.
Driving my Jeep on snow and ice is interesting. That was my camera turning
Oh.
on
Turning off?
because we're at 30 minutes.
Oh.
Oh.
I'll go recycle it.
Yeah, just go recycle it. Just put like during this time, put that like do 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 intermission.
All right, we have 11 minutes to wrap up.
No, just like the whole
All right.
TV error screen while we're talking.
Now what are we gonna talk about?
And we're back. Sorry about that. The camera has a 30-minute limit. But we should probably wrap up.
We should probably.
We were talking about AC at this point. We should probably wrap up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, cool. It's been awesome. A couple of interesting topics. This has been the Purple Podcast, and we will see you guys next time.
Thanks, Tianna.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
thanks.
thank you for being here.
Thanks
Yeah.
for coming.
Way to be a rude kid.
Yeah, gosh, I'm so rude. See you guys later.
Jesus.